Welcome back and thank you for staying with KTN Prime. Kenya Railways Corporation led a dramatic multi-agency operation targeting 2 container freight stations, including Kencont, in what they claimed was a mission to reclaim 22 acres of disputed land. The operation began under the cover of darkness on Friday night, with security officers and KRC personnel surrounding the Kencont facility in Mbaraki, right next to the Kenya Ports Authority's Mbaraki Sports Club. By Saturday afternoon, police vans had taken strategic positions around the premises. At 3:20 p.m., a yellow bulldozer stood on standby, ready to move in. More than 100 meters of the facility's perimeter wall had been marked with Kenya Railways' infamous red XS, the signature sign for demolition. However, as Tobias Chanji reports, Kencont's legal team says the marking was sprayed without any court order, eviction notice, or prior communication, a move that has crippled operations at the busy cargo hub and left clients and employees stranded.
Kenya Railways Corporation led a dramatic multi-agency operation targeting 2 container freight stations in Mombasa County, including Kencont, in what they claimed was a mission to reclaim 22 acres of disputed land. Dawn raid on Kencont container freight station in Mombasa has triggered public outrage and raised serious questions about the government's respect for private property rights and due process. The operation began under the cover of darkness late Friday night at around 9:30 p.m. when a multi-agency team, including Kenya Railways and police officers, descended on Kencont and Boss Freight, marking their perimeter walls with red X, typically used to signal impending demolition.
We received information that there were people going around along the fence of our wall, marking it and defacing it with the letters K, with the letters KR and an X. In some sections, they have marked it for demolishment.
The situation escalated further in the early hours of Sunday morning when armed police officers, flanked by KRC officials, stormed the premises of both Kencont at around 4 a.m., forcing their way, leaving staff shocked and triggering anxiety across the logistics sector. Guards at Kencont alerted management after spotting unknown persons marking the premises, while a bulldozer was stationed outside the main gate, poised to begin demolitions in a facility that houses hundreds of imported vehicles destined for customers across the East African region. According to company officials, there were no court orders, eviction notices, or formal communication from Kenya Railways, which claims ownership of the disputed land.
The Kenya Railways Corporation personnel, accompanied by several police officers, visited our facility without any legal notification. They demanded access to the facility, making accusations that the land occupied by Kencont CFS is held illegally.
Group's legal manager Eva Odongo condemned the raid as state harassment and impunity, saying the company was never served with any legal documentation to justify the invasion by Kenya Railway. She added that operations have since been disrupted, the gates barricaded, and security heightened as the company moved to protect its property and staff. The standoff has disrupted the flow of goods in transit and hundreds of jobs hanging the balance.
As Kencont CFS, we strongly condemn this heinous incident, which has put our professional services at risk with huge consequences, including the risk of job losses to many Kenyans. Our operations are and have always been above board.
Meanwhile, Kenya Railways Managing Director Philip Mainga, who was reported to be in Mombasa on the day of the raid, has remained silent. Sources say the raid may have been used to untwist Kencont to negotiate new lease term. Tobias Chanji, KTN, Mombasa County.